Hi, I'm Vince, and this is MMU Education. Let me tell you a little bit about me. First off, I've been a functional health coach for over 18 years, in sales for nearly 25 years. And this one thing that I learned along my journey, which I've learned from many experts, many fields of religion, many forms of healing. I've been around the world and looked all over. And I find that the more simple something is to apply, the more effective it can be, even if it doesn't seem like an original thought. And what I'm about to share with you is not something that after you hear it, you're gonna go, oh, I've never thought of that before. What you're gonna say is, I've never thought about it like that before. I'm gonna give you an equation to making great connections, and through great connections, you can help people make great decisions through the art of coaching or sales. This actually was founded by L. Ron Hubbard, a relatively controversial author, and while he's known for his work in fiction, believe it or not, he has wrote hundreds and hundreds of books on many different areas of science, communication, sociology, psychology, and more. And I am somebody who's always willing to look for answers in maybe what people would think is all the wrong places in order to find nuggets of information and use it as a tool to help heal or motivate people to become their best. I've looked all around the world in Buddhism or yoga or Christianity or into different healing mechanisms in Chinese medicine and all across the world. And interestingly enough, I found something in every single one. So regardless of what you think of L. Ron Hubbard, what I'm about to share with you will absolutely change your life if you apply it. And what this is, it's called the ARC triangle. So I want you to think of your relationship to somebody based on three pillars, right? Affinity, okay? Reality and communication. So those are the 3 points, all right? I think it's important to understand that if you ever walk into a room and you've never talked to anyone before, or you get on a sales call with someone, or you try to coach someone for the first time, there is a distance between you two. It may not be a physical distance, but an emotional distance between two individuals. We can overcome that by getting closer to someone. So let's start with one of the 3 pillars, which is affinity, right? If I touch you, hold you, that's a form of closeness, okay, or affinity. If I say words of affirmation, or I agree with you, or I feel something in my heart for you, that is another form of affinity. The other part of the triangle is communication. Communication is obviously language between two people. It could be nonverbal or verbal, right? There is a messenger and a receiver in good communication or communication at all. So the last one is reality. And this one's particularly interesting. Reality is something that we either agree upon that is theoretical, right? Or it is something that we agree upon that is physical. For example, I'm sitting on this couch and I'm touching it. It is my reality, right? If you were in the room with me right now, we might both look at this couch I'm sitting on and agree that I'm sitting on a couch. That means that we have a similar reality. Now, you may be asking yourself, Vince, where the hell are you going with this? This all seems rudimentary and silly. If I walk into a room and I've never met someone before, and let's say that they are dressed, let's say, in way different than me, maybe it's goth, or maybe, you walk into a Planet Fitness and you've got somebody in there in a razor tee and he's carrying around a jug of water and you're like, oh, that guy is a meathead, right? Or you give people labels or names, right? Many of these labels are to describe someone that is much different than us, meaning that we have no affinity for them really, and our realities are clearly not the same based on how I live my life and how you live yours. But again, in great coaching or in great sales, it's not about us. It's about creating a place where we can agree, where we can identify, where we can relate, and then we can assist in helping somebody make a great decision. So in the ARC triangle, we look at the 3 points. And if you're meeting someone for the first time, your distance between them in affinity is very far. You might not be close to them in the room, so there's a physical distance, but then also there's a distance in how you view the world. Hey, if you like this content, please do us a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you would, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I make another video drop. All right, now let's get back to the video. So in this distance between two people that are not similar, whether you take yourself and maybe someone who loves golf, or you take someone that loves heavy bodybuilding and that's not you. Again, there is a great distance between your affinity and your reality. But just like a Republican or Democrat, just like two people on any opposing team, through communication, we can change our triangle. So I want you to view a triangle really far apart when you first meet someone on a sales call or for a coaching call, or someone you're having a disagreement with, and recognize that what you're seeing is not an attack on you or something that's wrong with you. For example, when I used to walk into a room and I felt this uncomfortability, I used to think that there must be something wrong with me and that's why the room is uncomfortable, or they don't like me, or that's why it's uncomfortable. But over the years, I came to understand that what I was feeling was a distance. And it had not much to do with me and more to do with my ability to reach out, connect, and create a strong triangle. That would be the same for you in whatever format you're speaking with someone or trying to relate or you're trying to relate or make a connection. So in the ARC triangle, if I want to get it closer together for whatever reason, again, to influence them to make a great decision, then I need to use each one of these pillars, we'll say, these points, in order to bring us closer together. Obviously, one of the easiest and most common ways is that if you want to kill the air in the room and you want to try to bring two people closer, one way is to get closer to them. If I'm going to talk to somebody, I'm not going to talk to them across the room. I'm going to try to get my nonverbal communication to be very focused on them, trying to draw in an affinity. I'm going to get closer to them inside the room to draw more affinity. I'm going to make eye contact to draw more affinity. These are things that we seem to subconsciously know, but we actually haven't proactively thought about the equation that actually makes great relationships. So I'm going to then start communicating with you. Now, this is where it gets challenging if you guys don't have anything that is the same reality, right? So maybe, once again, he's a bodybuilder and you love reading, right? Maybe he's a doctor and you are a air traffic controller. Maybe he likes the Cubs and you like the Cardinals, right? So there could be a lot of things that are different about your realities. So I might start communicating with this individual and I might just start with the weather, how you're doing, why you're here, what are your goals, those kind of things. But then it's very important to pick out things I might see that they're wearing on their body or things about their life that are similar to mine. This draws in a similar reality. Oh, you have 2 kids? I have 2 kids. Oh, you like baseball? I like baseball. Oh, you want to achieve your dreams? I want to achieve my dreams. Oh, you went to this college? I went to this college. What was college like? And I can talk about things that are a similar reality. So I can communicate at the top about similar realities. And spending time doing that brings a closer affinity. You'll feel the relationship between you and that person change. What we have to understand is that the greater the separation, the greater the distance, the more communication it's going to take, overlapping more realities to create an affinity. So for me, if I'm talking with somebody and they have a different tone than I, if they're very upset, angry, frustrated, hurried, my job is to be very centered, focused, and draw in more affinity to bring us to the same tone. Focused, engaged, right? Even keeled, inquisitive, maybe even humorous. So I'm going to spend a long time focusing on great communication that finds commonalities in our realities. Through doing that, I draw better affinity. This affinity is the greatest tool to helping people make great decisions. Most people don't make a decision not because you're not enough, but because they don't believe they can do the thing that they've been asked to do or the thing that the service or product implies. So they don't move forward. Gaining great affinity for an individual through the use of communication and similar realities allows you to help create a confidence and a likeness that allows them to become more agreeable and see past some of their prior challenges. The final reality in every communication, particularly that's one that's sales-driven or relationship-driven, is that you're trying to get to a defined outcome. That outcome may be to buy said product or come to an agreement about a certain thing or to establish a relationship. And those realities could be far apart. Someone believes that they can't do it and you believe that they can. So how am I going to make those realities come together? I have to establish strong affinity through communication, right? And similar realities to get a strong affinity that eventually my reality that you can do this and should make a good decision becomes their reality, that they can do this, and then they will make a good decision. ARC triangle, it changed my life. If you focus on it in all of your conversations rather than how things are affecting you, but how you can improve the triangle, you can improve all of your relationships and dramatically increase your sales, your coaching ability. If you're checking out my YouTube for the first time, please support us. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. If this content has moved you or inspired you in any ways, I would encourage you to continue to pursue more information. Come check us out at metabolicmentor.com, or all of my content and everything that I do and create at vincepitstick.com. Or if you just want more information, day-to-day information, go check out my Instagram, Vince_Pitstick. Thanks.